Hello, my name is Matthew Pace. Previously, we saw how to create a model-based simulation and do a simulation-driven design iteration to quickly assess different design candidates. So now we're going to take things to the next level and look at how we can automatically perform a parameter exploration study in order to identify ideal design alternatives to move forward to the next phase of product development. We're going to start by leveraging our existing simulation. And here, what we will do is create a parametric design study. When we do this, it will allow us to vary key input parameters and capture responses. We'll start by specifying our design variables. This is as simple as just choosing values from the tree. And we're going to choose a variety of the parameters that were already specified inside of our design. You can see we automatically define a range that we're going to vary each of those values. And based upon the number of points, we then generate a number of designs. As we change those design variables, we also are going to rerun our simulation and generate responses. So we need to define what responses we want to capture for the design. Things that we may be interested in are things such as the overall mass of the part, and perhaps some simulation results, such as the maximum von Mises stress and the maximum displacement for the part. We also can assign objectives to the responses, and we may want to minimize the mass, minimize displacement. These can be competing objectives because as we remove mass, we're removing stiffness from our component, which should inversely impact the displacement. So at this point, we have defined all the necessary information to perform a parametric design study. Before we actually submit our study, one of the things that we can choose to do is to do some design space checks. This is really just to ensure the robustness of our design geometry for the parameter changes that we anticipate. So now we're going to check all the points in our design space and see that our design updates appropriately. So now that our design space checks have completed and we see that we do have a robust design, we're now ready to submit our simulation-driven design study. Now that our design study has completed, let's review the results. On the left of the screen, you'll see a scatter plot for the displacement versus mass for the 40 different alternatives that we've automatically generated. So you select different points, you'll see that the plot as well as the details update. We can also just play an animation to loop through all the different designs just to kind of review the kind of shapes that we were considering. One thing that you will notice from the scatter plot is certain designs have been noted in green. These are the ones that are likely to be the best designs and perhaps require some additional investigation. So we can just right click and add a few of these to our favorites. And from there, we can just do a comparison for a particular subset of designs. Now we see side-by-side comparisons for the key response and design variables. So here, what we may identify is that there are certain candidates that are very similar to others. In particular, the item that have rank 2 and 7 are quite similar, but the one with rank 2 has superior performance. So perhaps now we will go ahead and remove one of the designs from our consideration. At this point, we've gone ahead and we've down selected to just a subset of designs. And if desired, we could go ahead and generate new design alternatives to further refine our design process.